Hey everybody, it's Kyle. Coming to you from my vehicle. Boy, a lot of things have changed in just 1 week. Some things I'm really not happy about, but what can you do, right? So this morning I got up and, as usual, got ready, went to work and everything. Opened up my phone, my Samsung Fold, my Galaxy Fold 4, and whoa, there's like a big bump on the screen in the crease of the phone, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And there's like a dead pixel behind her. Not a dead pixel, but the pixels turn in weird colors as opposed to all the other pixels, right? So it kind of sticks out. It's like red or green, and everything else is like black or white or whatever. So I'm like, oh shit, what the hell? So I close it and open it again. It's doing the same thing. And then I go ahead and I'm like, well, I guess I'll have to call the warranty or whatever. So I call I got, Samsung Care Plus. And yeah, they put me over to the warranty service because it's under a year. I've only had since August. So not even a year. And then I started kind of reading around on Reddit and stuff, and I'm not the first person to have this happen. But my understanding is generally they can be kind of hard to deal with. Now, most of those people who are complaining about that just have the warranty. They didn't have the extended or the member plus or Galaxy Samsung Plus or whatever care. And so I felt a little better about that. So I called that. The dude who came on the line from India was a couple different things. Number one, I had to call 3 times to finally get someone to respond to me and talk. It was kind of ridiculous. And the third time I finally did get a guy and was talking to him, but man, he was a mush mouth. It's like, look, dude, I know that it's not the funnest job you have in the world, but open your fucking mouth and enunciate your words. I couldn't understand. Everything was like, Samsung, sir. What? What the fuck did you just say? I mean, every single part of the conversation was like that. It wasn't because he was foreign at all. I don't care. I really don't care about that. It was because he was mush mouthing it. Yeah. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I mean, it reminds me of like the big thing right now is mumble rap, where they kind of like, and they're not really saying anything. They're just mumbling. They're mush-mouthing it. And that's what this guy was doing. But this is his fucking job. I guess that's a rapper's job, too. Anyway, he tells me finally he comes to the conclusion that I'm going to have to go through warranty since it's still under the main warranty for a year. Fine. So he gives me their phone number like super quick. Doesn't ask me if I have a pen or anything. I didn't get it, and he hung up. I'm not shitting you. So I called back, and I got somebody else, and I told him, I said, hey, I know you can see who I was talking with last. You need to tell that person 2 things. Number 1, if you're going to give somebody a phone number, you need to make sure they're ready to take it down. He didn't do that, and he hung up on me. Number 2, he needs to quit mush-mouthing it. He needs to say his words clearly. It has nothing to do with accent or anything like that. It has to do with giving a shit about your job. And the guy's like, I'm so sorry, sir. I'm like, yeah, me too. Number 3, what is the phone number to warranty? So they gave it to me. So then I call them. So I'm talking to a lady, and immediately she asked me if I've dropped the phone. Yeah, this is like the first sign from what I saw people on Reddit. They'll try and claim that the phone's broken or whatever because you drop it. Well, even if I did, it doesn't fucking matter because I have the Samsung Care Plus, right? So I did drop it maybe like 2 or 3 months ago, and it barely got a tiny little scratch on the hinge of the phone, the little metal hinge. It didn't scratch anything else. Everything's fine. Didn't even scratch the case that's on it, right? So I said, yeah, there's this, but that's not what it is because I've been using it for 3 months and this has never appeared. This has never done this before. So don't try and use that as an excuse as to why the phone's broke. Do you understand me? And she was like, yes, sir. Long story short, I have to go to the same U-brake I fix, which I had to take another phone over there because the screen protector was coming off. The flip, that I had the flip, I had to take it over there because the screen protector was coming off, which is fine. I've heard about that, so I took it over there. They replaced it. I'm not kidding. 3 weeks later, it's coming off again. So I'm not too excited about going back to this place. The only thing that I'm okay with is I doubt there's any rocket scientists over there that are going to be able to fix this phone. They're going to have to either send this sucker back to Samsung or just give me a new phone. One of the two. But they better do it really fucking fast because I don't have a lot of patience for this shit. The good news is I have another phone. In case you've forgotten, I do have the red Hydrogen 1. The bad news is that it's the highest it can ever go is Android 8. And I think we're on Android 14 now. So, but it doesn't really matter, man. If I can listen to Spotify and Pocket Casts and I can text and make phone calls and do WhatsApp and all that jazz, I'm fine. No problem. So I've got that sucker working. And that's what you heard Metallica playing on there. That's the new Metallica album, 72 Seasons. And that's the title track, 72 Seasons. It's okay. It hasn't really grown on me yet, but there hasn't been a Metallica album that's grown on me for a while. So what's good that's going on for me right now? Well, two things. I mean, number one, I get to go today, more than two things actually. I get to go today and watch my daughter throw discus and javelin in a meet. She's finally throwing javelin. They finally worked with them enough. They're confident they can throw that at a meet. So she's excited about that. Number two, my son is like this close to getting that license finally. Really, all we need to do, and we're going to do that Thursday evening, is practice that parallel parking a little bit better. He's got to get that down before we go take that test. I want him to pass the test the first time, please. And number three, man, I'm glad that I ponied up the extra money per month for this Samsung Care Plus because no matter what they say, they're going to take care of me. And if they make it a hassle, I'll make them a hassle. I promise. Dude, I'm pretty easy going on most things, but when people were trying to screw me over, they get screwed over. You know? I'm really quick to be like, give me your boss. Well, sir, no, give me your boss. Well, sir, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Get your boss on the phone now. Like that. I don't pull any punches. I'm not trying to be a dick. I just don't want to waste any more time. I would be wasting their time as well as mine. I want to get to the solution. And I have found that a lot of companies are kind of that way, man. You have to be kind of the squeaky wheel so that you get the grease. So I'm kind of glad that I got an attitude like that, to be honest with you. There's another thing I'm thankful for. Let me go ahead. You know what? I don't even have to throw it to Kyle anymore because since Spotify has bought the Anchor.fm deal, I no longer can do the ads. Wow. It's really something else, man. I'm going to miss that 1 penny per listen that I get. I'm not shitting you guys. That's what it is. Oh, well. So I guess there'll be no more ads in this podcast. So enjoy that, everybody. Until something changes, you know, and I'm not out looking for anybody. So whatever. But if something changes, I'll let you know, and there'll be ads again. So let me just go right into what I'm into right now. All right. Well, let's see. Music-wise, you know, I don't think there's anything really new there. Yeah, nothing's changed since last week, except for the fact that this coming Saturday morning is Record Store Day. Hallelujah. There's something else to be thankful for. I'm very jazzed about Record Store Day, the first one here in 2023. I'm actually more excited probably to get the Bobby Digital, that first Bobby Digital album by RZA. Generation X, I'm excited about that one. That one's relatively new on the list there. And I'm also definitely interested in Queensryche, Operation Mindcrime 2. I'm not as interested in that one. And then I'm also interested in Porcupine Tree, In Absentia, Deadwing, and I can't remember the other one. But it's tracks from 3 of those albums. And so I'm kind of excited about that too. I don't even know if that one's going to be there, but we'll see. So that's coming up Saturday. So I'll have more information after that. And of course, I'll have a special report. Let's see. What am I watching? Not a ton. I've been watching a little bit more of that Shudder stuff. I will tell you guys this. If you're subscribing to these streaming platforms, go pay a year at a time instead of paying month to month. Just to give you an example, HBO Max, I'll take that one for example. It's turned into Max or whatever. If you want to have 4K streaming and you want to have multiple streams at the same time and all that jazz, it's $19.99 a month, which is ridiculous, but whatever. So is Netflix. But if you pay for it for a year, it's like $109.99. Okay. So you're going to end up saving, or no, it's less than that. It might be $99.99. So you're going to save like $20, right? Or wait, no, more than that. It's $199. Sorry. It would be $240 basically. If you paid month to month, it's $200 straight up every year. Okay. And then the other one is Disney Plus. Same thing. Pay for it in advance. It's $80 a year if you get the 4K streams and all that stuff and multiple screens at the same time. Whereas if you buy it month to month, man, I can't even remember what it is, but it's outlandish. And then, of course, Prime comes with, because we have Amazon Prime for delivery and stuff like that. And then Netflix doesn't have an annual subscription. So no matter what, they're going to get me for $20 a month forever until they raise the price again, right? Because they don't give a shit about people. But, I was actually set to get rid of Netflix, to be honest with you. I mean, we've been watching the old Seinfelds on there. That's great. I mean, I could go find Seinfeld every episode, every season if I want. They have Stranger Things, which is great. Probably not going to be out for 2 more years, but I can go find every episode of that. I can go find every episode of every show, okay, if I really want to watch it, and I don't have to pay for it. But I don't like doing that. But I sure as shit will if you're going to overcharge me for stuff. And Netflix needs to quit worrying about making multi-zillion-dollar blockbusters, because that's not who they are. And they need to worry about streaming good movies and TV shows. End of story. Get rid of Love Island and dog shit like that. And, stream some shows from the past or the present that are good. Right? Just my opinion. But anyway, sorry if you're a Love Island fan. I know my kids and my son's girlfriend are. Because they watched it when we were in New York. They watched it streaming the whole time. And I was like, God, you guys watching this garbage. But anyway, that's it for what I'm watching. Not much else. I was going to go see Evil Dead Rise Thursday night this week. But, Mikey and I were going to go check it out. And he had to go out of town all of a sudden for some hail work. So that didn't happen. So I went ahead and canceled those tickets and everything. But that's it. Next week, I can tell you, is pretty busy. I know that on Thursday, the 27th, we are going to go see Bruce Campbell in person. Bruce Campbell live here in Kansas City. My wife and I somehow talked her into that. She's not even a big Evil Dead fan. She does kind of like Bruce Campbell, though. She thinks he's pretty funny. So that'll be fun. And then the next morning, I get up and take my son to Columbia, Missouri for state, for choir. So he's got to go sing for choir at state in Columbia on Friday. And I think they have to be there at 8 a.m. So now that I think about it, we're going to have to figure something out. I think we're just going to have to leave really early, but we'll figure it out. Yeah. So I don't know where that came from. I guess what we're watching. But we're going to go see Bruce Campbell live. And then in less than a month, we'll be going to see Tenacious D live. My wife ended up getting those tickets for us to go see that. We'll be going to see them live, and I'm pretty excited about that one as well. She's not as excited, even though she agreed to go with me. All right. What am I reading? Not much. I'm pretty bad. I am listening to a new audiobook. My buddy Mikey, he has a friend who's a writer also. and he wrote a new book that's a novelization of an old film. And it's a comedy horror book. I guess that's what this guy writes all the time, but it's Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. So I've been listening to that audiobook, and it's pretty crazy, but it's silly, but it's fun. The jokes are corny and dad-like, but they're fun. So been listening to that, and so reading that, right? And then I have another one locked and loaded ready after that. So I had my first mow this week, and there you go. Listen to that while I was doing it. Gaming, not much. I mean, I did play a little bit of, I got that Puyo Puyo challenge. Man, that's tough. That game is really tough. It's not as much fun as Puyo games as I remember. But yeah, I mean, I'll get used to it and play it a little more. It's still a good game. That's about it on gaming. Podcasts, same old thing. You know, High Strange is one that I've really been enjoying listening to. They're on to the second story now, which is the thing in 1980 that happened in outside of London, I believe, in England, somewhere at a military base, the Renfield, I can't remember, but it's it's pretty wild, but it's all military personnel. Everybody had the same story, blah blah blah. So listening to that one and enjoying that one. Also, what is it? Radio Rental is back. Listen to that first episode. It's pretty good. Really like that one. Yeah, that's about it. And I mean, I'm still listening to some of the other ones that I've talked about before, but yeah, I kind of put these in to get kind of away from a little true crime for a little while, you know, fill in that true crime death and destruction with some weird stories about UFOs and other ghostly apparitions and junk like that. Yeah, there you go. That's me. All right, guys. Well, I mean, that's it. There's not much else to talk about. I appreciate you guys listening. I will miss your penny per listen, but such is life. And yeah, you know, like I said earlier, I took some pictures of the phone so you can kind of see what I'm talking about, what happened with the fold. You can check it out. It's pretty small, but I took them with my Canon. It's nice and clear. You can see the bump, and then you can see and actually after the pixel or whatever, while I was on the phone with them still, a crack kind of appeared where that pixel was and where it's kind of sticking up. It felt like it was almost pushing through the screen, like it was going to pierce through the screen from the back to the front. Really weird. So yeah, who knows? But anyway, I'll take it in. I'll call these yokels and get it set up so I can drop it off, and there you go. That's all I got, guys. I appreciate you listening. I hope you enjoyed the sounds in the background of the birdies and all that jazz again. And I'll catch up with you next week. Like I did say, I was out there mowing, so I was listening to my audiobook and everything. It went pretty well. Grass was pretty thick and everything, but I got it all done. It was not easy, but I got it done. So get off my lawn.